Is this working? I think so. I think we're live. Yay! Oh, you can't see me. Yes! Hi! Hello! Excuse my wet hair, I just got out of the shower. Actually, let me double check and make sure that I'm live, because mistakes have been made in the past with that. Yes, we are live. Hello! Hi! I need to back up a little bit. I'm sorry. Getting a little close, a little intimate. A little bit much. That's a little intense. But hi, how has your week been? I will say that my week has been absolutely fantastic. Very stressful because of college, but very good. Can you hear my fan? I have my fan on because it has been very hot recently. And it might be hitting the mic. I don't know. Again, I'm using the performance mode with this OBS, because regular OBS is not seeming to work with my Mac, so I had to use Streamlabs, which is working, thank goodness. But it uses significantly more resources, so I have to have the performance mode on, which means no kind of monitoring or anything. I'm going completely blind, so I'm hoping it looks and sounds good. But, yes, okay, at least my mic is on. Made that mistake as well. Hello, Chris, and hello, Kasate. It's been a very exciting week, because, oh, and also I have a video for this week. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit behind in editing, as is always my excuse, but I'm hoping to get it finished and edited tonight after this stream. So it's been a very long weekend. I've worked all weekend with, college. So, that's cool. That's fun. I had an essay due. Okay, you want to know a thing? I finally did the quintessential. I experienced the rite of passage. And I know I'm a true college kid at this point, because I submitted an assignment due at midnight at 11:59 and 57 seconds. And I made it. Barely. That was the closest. I was scrambling. You would not believe, like, my heart was pounding. Because I realized I was about to submit my paper, and then I realized, oh no, at like 11:59, I realized that I was missing a period at one of the sentences, and panicked. And so reopened the project, added the period, re-exported it, had to delete my original so that it wouldn't, like, the names. And then at this point it was 11:59, like 40 seconds, and I'm really panicking. I opened Canvas back up, heart pounding, let me tell you what. I was like, my vision was getting boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it makes for a good story. And at 50 seconds, I clicked on the image, and then it loaded for a second, because it was a PDF file, and then I moved my mouse down and clicked on the button at 11:59 and 56 seconds, I think, and it took a few seconds or it took 1 second. The reason that I remember this so incredibly clearly was because while this was happening, I was panicking, obviously, but I was also thinking, like, boy, I've heard so many stories, from friends about doing this very thing, and now I know I've made it. So 11:59 and 57 seconds is when it officially said submitted. And then I went to sleep. And that was my night last night. So if you notice that these bags are a little bit baggier than usual, that is why. It is because last night was an experience. Make this a video in the near future. I think I will. Complete with dramatic reenactments and skits. Pardon me. Oh, excuse me. Got that burp. That came from a deep, dark place within my soul. So, yeah, that was my night the other night. How was yours? Oh my gosh. Yo was watching a movie, but I'm here now, but this is more stressful than the movie. It was certainly a stressful experience. It was ridiculously intense. But we're good now. Made it now. Okay, everything is working. Yes. Good, 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 good. What else is new in my life? You want to know something? This is going to sound kind of sad, but genuinely, it's... I saw a TikTok that was all about the brown Listerine. The brown Listerine hits different. And I can now confirm from personal granted, this isn't actually Listerine. This is the knockoff version, the Target brand. But it does hit different. This is, you know how sometimes mouthwash, it's like, it's obviously intensely minty and a little alcoholic and it burns your mouth, but there's a little bit of sweetness at the end. This has none of that sweetness. It just burns. It just punches your mouth is what it feels like. There's no sweetness at the end. This is just like, smack those mouth germs away. The brown Listerine. It is truly an experience. And now I'm thinking like, oh, I have to commit to this entire bottle now. This is like months worth of mouth pain. Mistakes were in fact made. Oh no. Oh no. Lucy only has 2 more weeks left of work. Nice! Congrats, that is very exciting, and yeah, the future is gonna be great. Look at that hydrated experience. Hydration experience was the word. Okay. So I figured now is a good time to tell you. I've kind of undertaken this project recently. And that I have a couple ideas for some videos coming up that I'm really excited. One of them is modifying like an essay that I had to write for college. I was like, I like this. And I feel like it would lend itself to a video format pretty well. So I have some like higher quality videos than what I've kind of settled on over the past year, 2 years, or 3 years. But they require some abilities that I am unable to, or they require certain requirements, technical requirements that I cannot give them with my current gear. So I've kind of undertaken a project of going through my closet and selling all of my old gear, except for one exception, and that is, this is like the only piece of gear that I'm not selling. This is my original DSLR camera, 70D. Started making YouTube, well, I started making YouTubes with the 50D, but that was because of a Magic Lantern video hack. But this was like my first real, oh no, after that was the 70 actually, but that couldn't autofocus and didn't have a flip out screen. This is my first like real YouTube-y camera. 70D, made Pun Diddly videos. I started Pun Diddly with this, that's right. Messianic Mondays was with the 7D. And I remember the day that I bought this, I originally just rented it for a weekend, ? I don't remember the specifics, but a trip to Tennessee to see my family. And I loved it so much that I called them, the rental people, and was like, hey, can I just buy this from you? And they were like, yeah. And I bought it. And I loved it. And have loved it ever since. It's not the greatest camera, absolutely, but the memories that this thing has, this has been with me at every stage of my life since getting it, quite literally by my side in most cases. I've daily vlogged with it. It's been like my YouTube video camera, because my fancy one now I keep for like personal stuff and like photography. But this is like on the tripod, always recording. This and the Tokine 11-16mm f2.8. And it's also so busted up. It's so busted up. I don't know if you've noticed recently, the whole top ring thing, the mode selector, that just came off. The microphone jack doesn't work anymore. Or it works, but it only works on one side. Like, this sucker is janky. It also has stickers. That was my first... That's from 2016. This is the VidCon sticker from my first experience at VidCon that I loved so much. And it has these little eyes. Somebody gave me some emoji stickers. And I put the eyes up there. So I cannot sell this. But everything else is being sold. Okay? And I tell you all of that because I'm upgrading to the Canon R6, which I'm very excited about. And I know that you probably don't really care, but like, there's gotta be a nerd out every stream, and this is my nerd out. What I'm really excited about is that it can shoot 10-bit C-Log in 4K. Basically, what that means is colors are gonna look real nice. And Chris 2.0. Am I Bobby Burns now? Also, Chris, really, I might take you up on that. It's honestly not even worth that. That thing has been destroyed so much that I feel like I should just give it to you, honestly. It's not even worth 20 bucks. But the colors are gonna look so much better. Gonna be in 4K, which is great. And I really am excited to take that to next time that I can go to Malaysia with Susan. That's kind of my main thing, is I've really started to like, okay, I want to upgrade my vlogging game to be less cinematic and more genuinely cinematic, if you will. You know, do things the right way, not this kind of hacked way I've been doing it. By hacked way, I mean just applying a LUT to, you know, DSLR footage and saying, oh, that, you know, and then applying fake film grain on top of it and cropping the video. Like, no, that's all hacks to get things that approximate when you're doing things the right way. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do things the right way. So your boy's really freaking excited about that. That's been a process. Do you want me to show you? You want me to show you something real quick? Hold up. Let me get this to focus on the background, please. Which I'm assuming it just focused on the background. Hold up. Let me actually make sure it did. I can't see. Again, I'm shooting completely blind. I guess if I do that. No. That'll focus on the background, right? Is that on the background? Yes. So I have went to the UPS, went ahead and boxed up all of these. We got an old vlogging microphone, the stereo microphone. We have my old Blue Yeti microphone that I never use anymore. Honestly, this thing is not even worth the money I'm asking for. I'm gonna lose money sending this because I'm paying for shipping. But to me, it's just worth it to have the closet space. What is this? This is my 85mm f1.8 lens. Good portrait. And my GoPro, not the GoPro, but a stabilizer that I purchased for it. That I used like 3 times. My vlogging 10 to 18mm lens. My 50mm f1.8 lens. Fun fact about this boy. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I ever talked about this. I bought this from Twin Sauce when I was in Kansas. They were talking about how they bought this lens and then immediately like had a situation where a friend gave him the upgraded version or something like that. So they had the better one. And at the time, my 50 was broken, I think. And so I was like, hey, I'll just buy that from you right now. And they were like, heck yeah. So this is from Twin Sauce. and I never used it. I don't think I ever used this lens, because then I got my 50mm fixed, and that was like slightly better than this. So there's a fun fact from this. Hey, you're a little fuzzy. Whoops, I forgot to adjust focus. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, sorry, I'll read your comments. Are they sold already? I would have loved to have bought the mic. The blue... No! The Blue Yeti is... It has some bids. The Stereo Mic Pro that goes on the camera, that has not had any bids on it, so, But I tried to... I have... In fact, let me show you this real quick. Can I show you? Oh, I'm not logged in. Crap, it would take so long to log in. Well, essentially, I set up a Google Sheets, like Excel kind of spreadsheet, and charted out if everything sells for just the auction price, not even the like if there's only ever one bid on things, I should still barely break even. So, yeah, I'm not super worried. But the final thing I'm gonna sell, and this is what hurts the most, is this 6D. It is my big fancy schmancy camera that is gone with me every time to Malaysia. The Blimey Con, my first full frame DSLR, and it kind of hurts. You know, because I don't know if you've noticed, I'm a very sentimental person, and that's one of the reasons why I can't give this camera up. It's also worth zilch. I mean, a good condition 70D is like worth maybe 150 points or dollars on eBay. With all of the issues that this has, I could maybe get $40. And it's like, well, you know, it also still works fine, so I'm gonna still continue to use it. And just knowing that I have a backup in case something happens to my main camera is huge and such a good peace of mind. So, hey Audra! Actually found you through Blimey Cow. Oh, thank you! Yeah, the Taylors are awesome. So yes, I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't know about Blimey Cow, but I'm just gonna give them a shout out anyway, because they're great. They're great people. Yo, I didn't know there was gonna be a whole ad. What a sellout! Well, oh crap, I was trying to figure out how to like naturally incorporate a Grammarly ad. Well, that sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. Thankfully, Grammarly can help. That is not a genuine endorsement. I've never used Grammarly. Probably won't. But it was a funny haha. Anyway, so that's kind of been my big project that's occupying all of my time that is not spent doing schoolwork. I want a good cheap camera someday, but I'm lazy and an arts teacher. Well, luckily, genuinely, like, especially because mirrorless cameras now are the big thing, a lot of people are selling their old cameras for really cheap. Like, I'm not sure exactly what your budget would be. Unfortunately, cameras are expensive. But, like, you could find a 70D, which, you know, only does 1080p and, like, it does 60 frames a second in 720p. It's not great, but it's a good first camera. And if you use it for photography, it's still fantastic. And you could probably find it... I don't actually know. Hold up. How much... if I go to eBay, it won't share my location, will it? No. Okay, I'm logged out. Canon 70D. That's... Oh, 400. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. But that's really good for cameras. I don't know if I would recommend the 60D. It doesn't have autofocus in video. But if you're just using it for photography, I mean, 300... Like, that's not terrible. So, and I'm also a Canon fanboy. I don't know anything else about any other kind of cameras. But, Yeah, so that would kind of be a recommendation that I would make. 70 to 200. Oh, maybe a 50D. I'm assuming you're talking about DSLRs still. If you're referring to like mirrorless, yeah, like a mirrorless camera or like a point and shoot, I don't know that world particularly well, and I'm really sorry. But yeah, unfortunately, cameras get friggin' so expensive so quick, and a lot of it is like just when you make the initial investment, you still lose money each time, but you can sell your previous to upgrade, which at least is so it's not like you're spending a big chunk every single time. You're still having a loss, but it's not as bad. So, but it's just that initial jump that, oh, it's so hard. Well, thank you, Chris. Yes. My dad has a Nikon, so I'm biased towards Nikon. I have friends who have Canons. And that's totally fair. I feel like Nikons are tanks. I'm not commenting on the mirrorless because I don't know Nikon mirrorless very well. But like bodies, like DSLRs, friggin' tanks. That's why they're used by like Nat Geo and landscape photographers, right? Because you can drop those, you can stuff them in a bag and throw the bag in the back of the car. Like, you don't need to worry about Nikon cameras. The benefit of Canon is more just like the colors. They're better for like controlled environments, and I like their video features. Obviously, Sony is all in on video. I'm just not a huge fan of their colors, is what I break. Yeah, on paper, objectively, they have better quality video. 16-bit video? Are you kidding me? On a mirrorless? 16-bit video? What? But I just like the Canon colors. Oh, I can. Sorry. Let me read some of these comments. How are Susan and I? Pretty good. In fact, she's texting me right now, so I'm going to respond. Hang on, can't talk streaming. There we go. Hang on. But. Okay, sorry. Yeah, she's really good. She had a great Easter, and I'm really happy for her about that. So, Beth, how's it going? Casey Neistat legit destroyed so many Canon cameras. Yeah, they're not until you get to like the professional, like the 1DX Mark IV, and that's like a $6,000 camera. And just the camera, not to mention then you have to like get the fancy schmancy lenses, which are, $2,000 to $3,000 each. It gets real, like that's the tough stuff, but Nikons are tougher at a cheaper price point. So, I always hate it when people say like, oh, it depends on your needs. But like it kind of does. Are you going to be out in like more tough situations? In which case Nikon is great. If you're going to be more controlled in shooting humans, I would personally go to Canon more. But whichever you do, because of lenses, you're in it. So B&H is still in business thanks to Casey. Casey and Sarah Dici. TBH. B&H is missing out on that, oh my gosh, Peter McKinnon. They're missing out on that Peter McKinnon sponsorship. And I'm accident prone. I'm more of a photographer. Okay, that's good though. Photography is less gear intensive than video, so that's good. I'm sorry. Again, we're nerding out. We're always nerding out about cameras. Cameras or lighting. Sarah. Yeah. That's, Shoot the Family. hang them, or like put them make them bleed, like when you print out a photo and it goes past the edges of the paper, it's bleeding. Make them bleed. This video is gonna get removed. So, anyway, my first camera was the Canon ELPH. I'm sorry, 100HS. Really? That sounds vaguely familiar. Why does that sound familiar? I'm gonna Google this. Because we had one. This was the. Hold up, let me show you this. This was the camera that I borrowed from my mother's purse. I can still hear the startup sound. Yes. Oh my gosh. Just looking at that, I'm like, all of the memories. I can still hear the startup sound. That was the one that I dropped in the toilet after dropping a log. I'm assuming you know what I'm referencing and I don't need to further explain that. Wow! The startup sound is iconic, and I wonder if there's any... I'm already on Google. Why am I doing that? Is there any video of like turning it on? That's CNET. That probably wouldn't. Please let there be. Okay. Hold up. What I need to do is go into YouTube here. I mistyped. Hold up. Please just let me have this. It'll. Okay, Chrome, please. Chrome, don't do this to me. Chrome, come on. Chrome, come on, please. Please work. No! Wait. Oh, this is the same. I feel like this will give me a copyright strike. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Please, I just want the sound effect, man. It's not gonna... No, this just looks like... Nope. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Aw, man. Okay, well, there's gotta be recordings of it somewhere. What an iconic sound. I like when you accidentally put the photography paper in wrong and people look possessed. Yee. My grandma still has one. Just the like... Kring. That was a terrible impression. Borrowed? Yeah. Borrowed. 9 times. And by that I mean I borrowed and then broke her camera 9 times. That's why I buy... Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, I have a tendency to break things. So how was school? Very, very stressful. But good. Getting this work done, just tearing my hair out doing it. If that makes any sense. Also, you want to know a fun little story that I probably should save to make a video out of, but I'm just going to tell you it now anyways because I want to. Your boy here never had his wisdom teeth pulled out. And they are apparently growing in sideways at this point. Cool. I also have a small mouth and big teeth, which is a bad combo, but these wisdom teeth are just compounding the problem, pushing all of my teeth together to like hang out down here all in one spot, which isn't great. My teeth are as crooked as like politicians. So I gotta get these suckers pulled. The sooner the better. And not just like the sooner the better, but like it's critical at this point. So I went to the dentist. I finally went outside for the first time in a long time. I went to the dentist. And because it's so bad. And the dentist even was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, you got to get those out now." I was like, "Yeah, I do." So anyway, we also talk about, after I get these suckers pulled, I want to get braces to fix this mess that have been caused by the wisdom teeth pushing them, which isn't poggers. And I'll also look like such a stereotypical computer science geek. You know, I got the long hair, the braces, like a Linux nerd. I'll be going on about, I use Arch, by the way. So anyway, an appointment is made for later that week. And we are, I get to the place, the surgeon area, about 30 minutes early. No, about an hour early, thankfully, to give myself like time to fill out the paperwork and all of that. And I'm talking, I'm walking down the street, and I go to the door, and I go to open it, and I pull the door, and I excuse me? Look in the window, empty. I'm sorry? I have a surgery in an hour? Where is everybody? So I try and call them. No one answers. Then I remember, oh, wait a minute. I have another item. I have a business card in my wallet for this other dental thing. Maybe I got these two confused. Maybe my appointment's actually at this other place. So I call them and I say, "Hi, my name's Christian Howard. Do I have a surgery scheduled there in like 45 minutes at this point?" And they're like, "Yes, you do." Or I said, "Do I have like a thing there?" And they were like, "Yes, you do." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Where are you guys located again?" "Oh, on the other side of LA." Now, you've probably heard about the traffic here and how infamous it is. This occurred on a weekend. It was at least an hour to an hour and a half away. So, that was panic. That was raw panic. Also, I should keep in mind, when you are dealing with, or when you are going to be under the influence of anesthesia, you cannot eat or drink anything for a minimum of 8 hours beforehand. And that includes water and any kind of caffeine. So I already have a throbbing headache, and also am very dehydrated and very hungry. And then having to deal with this was fun. Finally get to the place, walk in the door, I'm like, "Hey, I'm Christian." They're like, "Hey, you are 20 minutes late." "I'm sorry, long story. Can you still take me?" And they're like, yeah, come on in right now. So they bring me to the chair. I sit down in the chair. I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And like a lady walks in. I'm like, "Oh, they're probably just going to do like a preliminary check, or she's going to talk to me, or like do the anesthesia or whatever." And she's like, "Can you open your mouth?" I'm like, "Sure." And she goes like, "Boy, those wisdom teeth sure are bad." I was like, yeah, they really are. She's like, "Boy, you ready to have them yanked?" I was like, "Yeah, am I?" She goes, "Yeah, you really should do that soon." Yeah, I should do it soon. Like the next 5 minutes, maybe? Turns out, I was completely under the assumption. I had told multiple in real life friends. I had let my school teachers know that I would be unable to complete some homework assignments for like the next day or two because I would probably be either out of it or in too much pain. I filmed a whole video about it. I was ready for the wisdom teeth extraction vlog. That was not what this was. Somehow, I messed up the scheduling, and I scheduled the braces to be put on before the wisdom teeth extraction, which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do. I'm pretty sure, you get the wisdom teeth out, and then let those heal, and then you can put on the braces. Because, I can't imagine how difficult it would be to do a wisdom teeth extraction with braces, freshly put on braces. I messed up the scheduling, and then I had to tell them, oh my gosh, I messed up big time. I'm so sorry. We can't do this right now. I gotta leave. And I did. So fun. Anyway, that's happening next week. Next week? 2 weeks from now. So expect a vlog about that coming in 3 weeks maybe. Spoiler alert. That is one of the videos that I'd like to film in 4K, but I don't think I'll be able to in time. But yeah, so there's a little sneak peek into it. So I'm just telling you, I'm giving you all the spoiler alerts. You know that there's going to be a wisdom teeth extraction vlog, and you know that there's going to be a video essay coming up soon. Why do I do this? And also, another kind of spoiler alert. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'm going to try and finish editing it tonight. There's going to be the Hey Chris episode with my grandmother that I teased. I know I teased it. Sorry. It's coming. It's just, I have a little bit more work to do on it. I finished the rough cut and added all the text and everything. I just need to adjust the audio because it's all over the place. But yeah, so there's basically the next month right there in videos. Oh my. You are 20 minutes late, Chris. Yep, that's me. Yeah. I did call them ahead of time and say I was going to be 20 minutes late. I'm not that much of a jerk. But also, yeah, I was late. Sorry. My bad. My B. One of my professors last semester would say, spoiler alert, before any big concept came up. That's funny. Yeah, it's always, there's one teacher, one of my professors, that is just the best, and kind of in a lovingly, I don't know, she's just the best. I don't know why exactly I brought that up, because I can't really tell you her name. I don't think I like doxing and all of that. But, yeah, I'm enjoying college. More than I thought it would. That sounds like when I got my vaccine, because I went 30 minutes away and then had to go from where I thought it was going to be, but I was an hour early. Oof. Dude, I'm so glad you got the vaccine, though. That's so awesome. I am counting down the days until April 15th, when everybody can get it. And boy, it's gonna be a zoo! So many... that's when it opens to everybody. And so there's going to be so many people everywhere. But man, I'm going to be one of those people that's up at 11:59 p.m. refreshing the CVS website to make an appointment. I wonder if there's scalpers that do. I wonder if people are going to get... How terrible would that be? To scalp vaccine appointments, then you sell. That's terrible. Why did I just... Anyway, please don't do that. That's such a scummy thing. And Anyway, is it opening up April 15th in California, specifically LA? I actually don't know if it's specifically LA or just California. I just know that I think it's all of California. I'm not actually sure. I have it in my calendar as like vaccine day, and that's what I've been going off of. I'm a tier 2 because a teacher. Yes, nice. That's awesome. I have another teacher friend who's like, whew, thank goodness. Yeah, sure, the pay absolutely sucks and you're mistreated constantly, but you get the vaccine early. And also, you know, the satisfaction of knowing that you are shaping and molding an entire generation of children who will then grow on to shape and mold their generation and just like have such a tangible effect and impact upon the world and society for the better. That's also POG, which is something that I know I'm late to the party, but is unironically a part of my life now. POG, poggers, poggies. Yep. It's a thing. You and grandma versus 10 million people trying to... Honestly. In fact, what's the... You know what? Hold up. We're gonna... What's the popular... You were not joking! Wow, yeah, you were right. It would literally be 10 million people. Oh my. Oh my. Well now. That's cool. Where's OBS? There it is. I'm definitely going to be, you know, up at midnight refreshing my phone. Because that's cool. But yes, I'm excited. And just a ringing endorsement. If you are able to get the vaccine, please do. Because yay! Being able to be with friends again and not have to think about this. I mean... Still be careful, still wash your hands, and like wear a mask. Like we don't want to spread it even more, but there's hope. There's a light at the end of this tunnel, and it's getting brighter every day. And that's pretty darn great. And it, you know, like the saying, like joy comes in, what is it? Darkness, sadness in the evening, but joy comes in the morning. It's like, it's a Bible verse. What is it? Joy comes in the morning. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. That's a rather taken out of context verse. But, Sarah, don't be stupid and make bad decisions. Ayo! Yes! Oh my gosh! I wonder how she's doing. I think she's doing real well. Katie Gregoire, if you don't know. OG. Speaking of Blimey Cow. Yeah. Katie Gregoire. So, yes, Chris, I know I like to imagine, I know you didn't, but I like to imagine you saying that as just like, I know my geography, Chris. You really do. I am genuinely in awe. She posted a video recently. Wait, she did. She reacted to her, like, her old videos. I saw that. Oh my gosh, I'm happy for her. She seems to be, like, really happy and thriving in life, and that's great. Oh my gosh. I wish her and her husband absolutely all the best. And I hope that she continues to post videos. I feel like a lot of YouTube went through a period from like 2016 to 2018, just like a slump, and not just people in this like community, but like, you know, just YouTubers in general, especially the OG. I'm talking like Tyler Oakley, oh my gosh, what's his name? Connor Franta, Dan and Phil. You know, like OG kind of, it was a big slump around this time, and it's really cool at least I've gotten the impression that recently, and by recently I'm referring to late 2020, early 2021, that a lot of people are finding that spark and that passion again. Explicitly, while their audience isn't as big, the people that have remained are dedicated and genuinely love them as people and are excited to see them back. And so that has been a lot healthier of a creator-fan relationship dynamic than what they previously had before, which was huge amounts of just power over impressionable young people. So, that's pretty great. And I feel like I've also seen that with just people in this. Like, I don't know. I can't speak on anyone's behalf. I don't know. This is just what I've thought I've seen, thought I've observed. But even a bunch of small YouTubers, people that I am friends with and people that I'm not friends with but want to be friends with, and people that I have absolutely no contact with or no way to at all. But it really does seem like recently there's been kind of a passion igniting because of the distillation of people that watch what you make. And I think that's really good and really cool. Again, like Dan and Phil. They're not the only example that I'm basing this on, but they're a really good one. Dan and Phil are not the Dream and George Not Found anymore of YouTube. But the audience that they have, and the audience that they have, are no longer, teenagers. They're all adults. And it's really cool to see them grow with the audience and feel a lot more comfortable now being themselves than in, say, 2012, when they felt like they had to hide so much of their lives from people. So, anyway, and I've also seen that with, Tyler Oakley, who has begun streaming more on Twitch and seems to genuinely really enjoy that, and is having more fun on YouTube than I've seen him have in a while. And I know this is starting to get into old man territory on YouTube. Instead of Sapnap and Quackity, I'm talking about Dan and Phil and Tyler Oakley and Connor Franta. But I don't know. It's really cool. And I guess I can also attest to personally, it really seems like now that I'm not feeling pressure to make videos, all of the pressure in my life is currently about college. Once again, like it was back in 2016 when I lived in North Carolina with my father and worked at the grocery store, YouTube videos are now my escape. They're my distraction, my procrastination, if you will. And it's invigorating is the best word. I'm excited to make these videos. I'm selling all of this gear so I can upgrade my camera so I can make better, cooler videos. Not just better videos, but just cooler videos. I want that 120 frame per second C-Log 10-bit shooting. Actually, I can't do that on the R6. That's the R5. R5 can do friggin' 8K RAW video. I'm sorry. That's dope. Also, I don't have an extra $1,500 laying around to upgrade. Anyway, Hank Green becoming popular. Hey, the Vlogbrothers are another fantastic example of this. And they very clearly talked about they're not trying to grow Vlogbrothers anymore. They make videos on the channel, but they make them for the Nerdfighter community specifically. They're full of inside jokes. They're full of references. They're not made for the general public anymore. But because of that, they are a lot more free, and there's not as much pressure coming from inside. And again, I genuinely feel like with all the other stuff they have going on, YouTube seems to still be their escape. At least that's kind of the vibe that I've picked up from with Hank, especially on like he was on a recent or not a recent. He was on it was a long time ago, but an old podcast with like Lindsay Ellis, and I don't know. And yes, also he's thriving on TikTok, and it's great to see. Do you feel more creative now than before you started college? 100%. 1,000%. Because, and you hear this a lot, I feel like, from YouTubers, and it is a concern. I mean, I remember friggin' Charlie Is So Cool, like, talking about this way back in the day. And that is, like, generally, making YouTube videos, or really any social media, is your escape, right? It's what you do to distract yourself from the stress. It is a source of enjoyment. Once you start, your survival is dependent on it, and that, my case, very thankfully, I'm very privileged in where that was not the case. But like, I cut off, all other responsibilities in my life besides taking care of my grandparents. And so, like, then the pressure came from making videos. And I don't know if you could tell, like, I was daily vlogging, which definitely renewed that creativity and sense, which was absolutely fantastic. But even that, well, no, I take that back. I still really loved daily vlogging. And I do want to, like, I enjoy it still, and do want to continue to do it. But definitely the quality of like the main channel sit-down videos declined or degraded. And so again, I'm repeating myself at this point, but making videos and talking to a camera be an escape from the stress of college assignments is making me like excited to do it now. And have ideas that before I would not have thought to do. When I did schoolwork years ago, I felt so creative. I'm so tempted at times to go back to college just to invigorate my creativity. I mean, I can recommend. It's definitely expensive, but I don't know. Your life is yours, and whether you do or not, I totally love you, man, and encourage that. But yeah, so you can like relate to what I'm talking about. It's so wild, but it's good. Whew, that was a lot. I feel like I just blacked out for a second and just talking. How do you put up with my just constant things to say? I just talking. We need a cast fact before the night is over. Agreed. Thank you, Cassidy. Would you mind dumping like hold on, not like poo, but like when you're getting a big scoop of ice cream and it's kind of solid, but the top is starting to melt, so it's like it's liquidy at top but really solid at bottom, so you're trying to put a lot of force to separate the ball of ice cream, but not like when it does happen, it doesn't like boom, and then liquid ice cream goes everywhere. We need you to do that and then plop that right in the bowls of our brain. Can we have a guess fact? Anyway, trying to produce new stuff and be creative under stress with deadline. Okay, maybe it is going to be a poop dump. Trying to produce new stuff and be creative under stress with deadlines is so difficult. I totally understand what you mean with it's a distraction and escape from college. Yeah. Yerp. And I'm loving it. Genuinely. And also, what is a cast fact? A cast fact is when Cassidy dumps a spicy, steaming, hot pile of fact at our feet for us to just dig our knuckles into and slurp up. I'm just going for the grossest... I'm sorry. Look, I don't know why either, okay? Okay, anyway. Cast fact. Cast fact. For his last meal as President of the United States, Richard Nixon asked for a plate of cottage cheese with pineapples and a glass of milk. I'm sorry? I am going to see the image on NPR's site. I'm sorry. What is this? I'm the sad stately photo. Hold. Why? Why that? What? That can't taste good. Cottage cheese, okay, with pineapple slices? Like the bite of the pineapple with the roundness of... Why? Like, do they explain it? Yada 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 yada. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you, Cass. I feel enlightened. Is a word. Anyway, bonus Cass fact. It is said that Nixon loved cottage cheese so much he would eat it with ketchup. Why? Why? With ketchup. With ketchup. Like, I understand the appeal of cottage cheese. I truly understand the appeal of ketchup. And I understand that flavor is all about new and exciting combinations, and it is a form of art, which depends on breaking down the so-called rules that have been set in stone so long that people don't even think to question them. But why? That can't. Well, thank you, Cass. I think after all of these disgusting metaphors, the most cursed element of this stream was Richard Nixon. Anyway, I think on that lovely, wonderful, beautiful note, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another week. These are so fun and a wonderful escape from this stress. Grace. A wonderful escape from the stress. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Still with my in the last stream with all of my teeth. If I didn't give you the context beforehand, that would be a really ominous sentence. Thanks for hanging out. This is fun. Same time next week. And in the meantime, please... Hold on. Susan makes fun of me all the time because I can't roll my R's. And that's such like a normal part of speaking Malay. So she can do it with her eyes closed. And then I try and like... And she gets such a kick out of that. So let me try that again. Remember, that was good. That was powerful. Stay positive. Whoosh. Woohoo! And stay wiped!